This video is proudly sponsored by New Type. Tools, accessories, model kits, these guys have it. Hop over to newtypeshq.com and use promo code Otaku for 10% off on your next purchase. Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to another exciting episode from the good folks from Bandai, Japan. So let's kick things off with the 1/100 scale Master Grade Ex-S Gundam. And without further ado, let's get to it. So after talking to numerous builders, I wanted to focus on a master grade that not only was too big, but definitely doesn't pinch my wallet to the point where I'm broke. So I came across this tantalizing master grade. So I swung by to my local model shop and was there to pick up some paints, but something about this box art just really captivated me. The style, the right kind of colors, the blue contrasting with the orange, yellows. I just knew right then and there, I had to buy this model kit. It just looks really gnarly looking. So that's enough about me nerding. Now let's talk about what you can expect from this model kit. Now, right off the bat, you gotta notice that there's two different variations of this mobile suit and two different variations of fighter modes. Now, I do like the S Gundam style. It's very slick, standard, and it'd probably be a lot more faster to build, but there is something that just looks so awesome with the ES-S Gundam, and that is where my primary focus is gonna be on this beast. So, what can we expect from this master grade? Right off the bat, you are immediately introduced to the instruction manual, which I have to say, it is very hefty, close to 60 pages plus of just pure awesomeness. But with that awesomeness gives you a layout on what you can do for action poses, where you can have transformable pieces that can be dismantled, as well as a well thought out color chart to do some custom paint. As for the following pages, gives you a layout on how to transform this mobile suit into the fighter mode. Now, unfortunately for my build, it's not going to happen because there are way too many movable parts and it will make things very difficult installing the LED wiring for the whole entire kit. But that's not going to deter me from not actually using these fantastic sticker decals, which I have to admit, these are the best I've seen in a long time and they work very well. You also get a small assortment of sticker decals which are primarily going to be used for the camera, eyes, and smart gun. Now, as for the remaining pieces for this mobile suit, there aren't a lot of red pieces. You get your classic red and blue. The blue is a bit on the soft side instead of like the bold blues that you would see for the classic Gundam. And this kit is packed to the brim with tons of micro screws, which is going to be greatly needed because there are a lot of areas that are going to be suffering some weight distribution problems. Now, normally when I build a master grade, I usually stick with one chip LED light to illuminate the eyes, but I want to use the same methods that I use on a perfect grade to illuminate both eyes individually by using a Z LED lights from Evans Designs. Now, these are very sensitive and they are prone to failure, but I just want to make it look really cool. But most importantly, I love the way how these yellow pieces look in the box art. They're like this yellowish gold look, so I'm going to add a little custom flair to it to pop them out.
you emptiness you left behind. Trying to sleep, but the silence is haunting this room every night. I can stand to feel this way. My body's screaming out your name. Didn't want to say goodbye to you, but you're gone. Oh, I wish the sun.
Now for this next bit, this was probably the hardest part of the Master Grade build because I had to take all this electrical wiring and funnel it to the lower back of the Smart Gun, while at the same time hollowing out a section in the Soliton radar to install the Pico LED lights. Now later on you're going to see that there's going to be only 2 LED lights on for the Soliton radar because I had to disconnect the red light because it was just it was over contrasting with the blues, and I felt that the blinking feature was a bit distracting. So if you're going to do this, stick with the simple blue. Alright, my dudes and dudettes, we have reached the end of this video, and I want to share with you guys my thoughts and impressions about this model kit. So I'm going to get the negative stuff out of the way because there's a lot of good positive things to it. So right out the bat, the price for this mobile suit. Holy cow, it's very expensive. It's close to the price range you would get for like an old school RX-78 perfect grade Gundam or a perfect grade Zaku. It's going to cost you like around $120, but living in California with the crazy sale taxes, it's going to bump it up to like 30%. So you're going to be paying close to like $130 to $140. And that's unfortunate because you're paying for additional plastic pieces that you probably don't have an interest in building. So it would have been nice if they kept the two separate. I also noticed when it came to actually installing the micro screws in certain areas that I was actually missing not one, not two, but 4 specific micro screws to lock in certain areas, which is a big problem because like the 2 key areas that I was actually need to fasten in with micro screws was missing. So I had to use super glue. I mean, the glue that I use will get the job done. But let's say if I want to sell the kit down the road or give it to someone, it's gonna cause some issues and it might break. So if you do come across that situation, just use some really thick super glue with an accelerant and you should be just fine. And there's a good chance I just got a really bad kit. It happens. No model kit comes out of factory perfect. Another thing that was a big issue was the action base. It's very finicky, it's prone to like breaking, and once again, I think I just got a bad apple. It just happens. So enough about the negative, let's talk about the good stuff. This kit was awesome. I can't tell you how awesome this was. I'm glad I talked to a lot of builders, man, because I was very hesitant to building this. I think I'm starting to like more bulkier mechs overall. I mean, I guess that's the reason why I like Raiden from Virtual On and this particular one, because I know the only way these suckers can function is in 0G. So right off the bat, great personality, great energy when it came to putting this kit together. There wasn't any frustrating areas to build. Tons of articulation around the knees and the arms. There aren't any articulation in the fingers. They're very static, and there's a reason for that because the smart gun's pretty heavy. It does come with like a joint arm around the pelvis area so that we can do more flexibility. Posability is pretty limited, but that shouldn't be the deciding factor to it. And the thrusters. Holy cow, they look awesome. But yeah, I would recommend this to anyone, pro, beginners, novice. It's fun. I had so much fun building this kit. And unfortunately, dudes and dudettes, that's all the time I have. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. And you dudes and dudettes can catch me on Instagram and Twitter, which I'll leave at the very end of the video. And I will see you dudes and dudettes on the next video. Later.